Oh man, I am so ready to make an awesome video. Hope you are too. In this video right here, we're gonna go over some additions and upgrades that you can make to your stream that's gonna help with production value and appeal. Now, usually when you wanna make additions and upgrades, it costs a few $100 because you wanna get a new camera, or you wanna get new lighting, or you wanna get a new capture card. And yeah, those are all valuable pieces of equipment, but they do cost a lot of money. But the good news is you don't have to spend a lot of money to increase production value, increase appeal. That's gonna make your stream look better than everybody else in the directory of the games you play in. Sounds too good to be true? Trust me, it's not, because I'm gonna show you the best upgrades you can make to your stream, all for under 20 bucks. Let's go. Boom. Hey all, Wild for Games here, helping you become bigger and better with your streaming and content creations. And I'm really excited about this video because I've been working on it for quite some time to see what products would actually be good to put on this list that will help you. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Starting strong right off the bat for you. Every streamer at the beginning generally lacks having a pop filter on their microphone. Now, whether it be one of these slip-on pop filters like you see here on my microphone off to my side, or you get one that sits in front of your microphone, just like you see here on my Blue Yeti Pro. Please excuse my dirtiness of my microphone. This is my painting microphone for my other channel. These tools really help the audio quality on your channel for one really strong reason. You see, when you're enunciating and projecting towards your microphone, you're pushing air towards it. And when that air hits that capsule within inside that microphone, it makes it peak and blow out. This is called a plosive. And by having a pop filter in front of it, it cuts it down immensely. And you won't have any more of that peaking, because when you have peaking, it hurts the ears of your viewing audience, which means they're gonna leave your channel super fast. So stop being a scrub, get a pop filter, and add it today to your stream. Missed the camera. Let's try that again. Take two. Nailed it. Now, pop filters come in different shapes and sizes and designs, from metal to nylon mesh to slip-on foam. Go with whichever style works for your streaming setup, and they can also range in price from $10 to $20 and sometimes a little bit above. But to be honest, a pop filter is going to get dirty at times, so I don't really recommend getting an expensive one, because you probably will replace it in the future, because since you're talking into it and projecting, you're also spitting on it, which means it's gonna get dirty in the long run. Rechargeable batteries come in super clutch for so many reasons. For something that costs under $20, this will change your streaming life. I use these for different accessories, whether it be your keyboard or mice, or even your offset microphones that you can use for YouTube content or other generations of content that you want to spread on different social media aspects. Everybody always complains about discovery on Twitch, but what are you doing to make yourself look more visually appealing to get discovered on Twitch? Probably nothing. Everybody has the same desaturated colors and monotone looking streams that blends in with everybody else. Thus, you should add a little bit of color to your stream to create that little visual eye candy pop that gets an eyeball to notice in the directory to click in on your stream. And you could add colors so easily just with some RGB bulbs or strips that cost easily under 20 bucks. And there's a bunch of different types. I've gone through them all and they all work great. You can go through LED strips like I show right here, or you can even get yourself some RGB bulbs that are very cheap that you can put into like lamps or any type of socket that'll easily accept the receptacle, that you can just change the colors to add a little bit of light. Now, the cool thing about these is they're always on sale because there's so many different manufacturers now, because all it is just a diode that illuminates up. It like costs virtually nothing. So you can always go with the cheapest version out there if you're really on a budget. But what I highly recommend out there, and I'll put this in the notes below, is if you want to create big long strips of them, you want to get something that you can solder and connect together. So if you are doing that, make sure you look at the ones I put down below. But if you want something that's just like a quick hit, easy to set up, you can get just like a 14-foot strip or a 20 or a 7-foot strip, whatever works with the environment you have, that's capped off, that comes with an easy remote, so that way you can create awesome colors. For example, everything you see behind me is made with RGB bulbs and RGB LED strips. Since we're talking about lighting, let's talk about the biggest con to lighting for a lot of streamers out there is space requirement to get lighting to where you need it to be. Sometimes if you don't have an expensive light like an Elgato key light, you may have a C-stand or you may have a tripod stand that takes up a lot of space. And if you're in a small room, this can be detrimental to your comfortability. And what I'd really recommend is getting yourself an awesome baby plate. What this allows you to do is actually mount pretty much any light that has a yoke on it or a mount on it to your wall. Simply just drive this into your drywall or any stud, and now you can hang any light out there that can be mountable. Just a quick note out there, if you plan on using something like a baby plate, you have to pay really close attention to the nipple. Yes, that's what it's called. Nipple. Stop laughing. Because they come in different lengths and girth. Again, stop laughing. We're talking about really serious things here. You want to take a look at the length and girth, because depending on the thickness and length, you may not be able to get it to be received into the yoke or the mount, which may recommend you to actually like drum well or drill out the receptacle or the mounting unit a little bit, which I've had to do on numerous lights. So I'm just letting you know out there, you may have to do a little DIY kind of tinkering around work, but once you get it, it's awesome. Nipple. Such a funny word. Now everybody's gonna criticize me on this next one, but to get unique angles or to have more space on your desk and have more free range with your microphone and camera angles, you should really invest in a cheap boom arm. And this one from Newer is great. Everybody criticizes the crap out of this because they try to hang like their 5-pound hoagie sandwich off of it. I don't get what you guys are trying to hang. But if you're hanging something that doesn't weigh a lot, like a web camera, whether it be a C9 2022 or a Logitech Brio, or you're trying to hang any beginner microphone out there, perhaps like a 5-Fine microphone, a toner microphone, a Samsung Q microphone, or even like a Snowball, it can be handled by this awesome Newer stand. This boom arm is great. Yeah, it makes a little bit of sound, but if you just move it to a location where you need to be for your streaming setup, whether it be camera angles or where your microphone is, this thing comes in clutch. For something that's under 20 bucks, this is awesome to have, especially if you're an art streamer out there, or you want to have unique angles for maybe looking up and down on you for a little more visual appeal, or you just want to show a little bit more off of something like your keyboards or mouse or your art. These things are nice to have around for a multitude of reasons. Stop picking on this. This thing's great. I use it all the time for exercises too. On the subject of boom arms, a really cool accessory that you can get to increase the production value of your audio again on your stream is investing in a shock mount or cradle. Now, usually a lot of people like to spend a lot of money on this. You could get something like the Blue Radius here, which is a big saucer. This thing is so gigantic, it takes up virtually my whole entire face, which is why I actually don't even really like it. Think that just broke something. Gotta check. It landed on the Newer. It's fine. We'll move on. Having an awesome shock mount or cradle can be so great because it absorbs all the shock. If you move around on your stream and shake your desk, or you're an interactive streamer that may accidentally hit it with your knees because you're tall, absorbing all that vibration won't feed back into the microphone and cord, creating an uninteresting, unappealing to the ears for your viewing audience. And we don't want that. What I recommend is get yourself a nice cheap one. They all work off essentially the same functionality of bungees. Now, it's hard to recommend which shock mount would be appropriate for you because it differs from what you want to mount it to, whether it be a boom arm or desktop mount. And it differs depending on what your microphone is, whether it be like a Snowball or a shotgun mic or a dynamic mic or cardio mic. They're all somewhat different. So you have to do a little bit of research, but I'll do you a favor and put a link down below of ones that I recommend that work for a multitude of different microphones out there, all right? Well, we mentioned Ragey Salty gamer and streamer out there, and you're probably well adverse of when you lose a match or things don't go right. A lot of people slam their desk with keyboards or microphones. And a lot of that plastic on wood and that sound just can go right back into your microphone and be detrimental to the viewing audience out there. So I would recommend, for a nice little tip out there, get yourself a gaming mouse pad. In fact, get yourself a nice large one. You don't have to get one that has RGB if you don't, because that'll save you on the price, but for under 20 bucks, you can get something that will cover a pretty good size of your desk. And this is nice for absorbing all the sound of when your mouse hits down really hard or you gotta move things really quick across, but also helps your comfortability factor on your wrist and forearms, and it can also increase your gameplay skills by giving you more range by moving your forearm and wrist around with your mouse. I think we just hit a trifecta on that. You're welcome. Now, I personally use the Glorious mouse pad. It's really great and I recommend it to anybody out there, but they're virtually all the same. Get something that has really good Amazon reviews and works within your style of your desk shape and size, okay? I forgot to mention the best part about having a gaming mouse pad. If you're a messy person like me out there who may eat at your computer because you're working so hard to create awesome content for all you awesome people out there, and you may spill food, your drinks, water, whatever it may be, it's super easy to clean up, which is huge for a lot of streamers and gamers out there. Don't judge me, I'm not judging you. I like to work hard and thus I eat at my computer all the time. Hey all, Future Wild here. I did not think about how many awesome ideas I was gonna have for this video. I should have thought a little bit better about it, but it's okay. So what I'm gonna do, instead of making one long video, I'm gonna split this into 2 parts for you out there. So thank you for watching part 1. Part 2 will be coming out extremely shortly because I'm gonna get it out within about a day or so. And I'm gonna put it in the top right corner right over here. So make sure you watch that video right after this one. And until next time, all you beautiful people, take care and of course, peace.